Guys, we are live. Sorry, I got caught by surprise there. This is the 1 hour on Banter Bubbles. We've had quite a green day, all things being equal. But in the last hour, we can see some of these altcoins are turning over a little bit. And we're going to be looking at where these things may or may not settle. But what a nice recovery we had yesterday. The bears came in hard and they were absolutely ripped apart. Yesterday, we had some incredible bounces on these altcoins. It was a complete sort of reset. We were like back as you were. To back to business, and these alts just carried on. So we do have a lot to talk about today. Sheldon and I have launched something incredibly exciting that I'm going to tell you guys about. There's also a poll running at the moment about a cash trade, which I'm actually watching it go down now. So I'm going to show you guys my live cash trade, and I need your help. I need to know if I'm closing it or whatever the plan is. So we got a lot to do, guys. Let's get into it. Let's start with the BTC situation on the 1 hour here, and I see there's guys asking for FTM and all these things in the chats. Yes, guys, we'll cover FTM. We gave a signal today for FTM earlier. It was just before Sheldon's show, so we'll update you on that one. Where we are currently with BTC, well, I'm trying to keep it quite simple at the moment. I'm just looking at horizontals right now. There's a lot of shapes and trends and all things going around at the moment on the internet, but I'm looking at horizontals right now. So for me, this area 35,100 is a support zone I'm watching closely, and my next area, and we know how BTC likes to react on the 618, my next area is the 618 and trend retest tied in with some horizontals down here at 35 on the button. So ideally, if we do get more downside, I don't really want to see more than that. But that should give us some nice bullish move there on a lot of these altcoins. So that's my plan currently for BTC. Further downside, we don't really want to go much deeper and darker than this 34,500 region. You can see these horizontals sitting here. This was a previous 618 pool as well. So that is now a strong zone for me. If we do get into that area, we're going to have lots of squeaky bum time again on these altcoins. We're going to be feeling a little bit uncomfortable. So it's not really a place I want to go to just yet, because I am still long on a couple of these alts. So that is my game plan at the moment. If we do get a BTC bounce, this 35,976 or the high basically is a target that can come into play. So we just need to be careful there. We could get a mega rejection one more time up there. Right, guys. Yes, let's talk about this cash trade. I was playing around in 𝗕𝗫𝗃. I know we've spoken about 𝗕𝗃𝗃 a couple of times, and the only place that I could find this cash to trade was in 𝗕𝗃𝗃. And I've slowly built up a cash position there. We looked at that cash potential breakout. I think it was last week sometime, and I started with a little small position. I started making it bigger and bigger as I went and grew it. And I promised you guys a couple of weeks ago that I was going to show you how I play around with this margin on 𝗕𝗃𝗃. So this is a classic example. This cash trade now that I started quite small is now $1,500 up, and it's 430% up on a 20x long at the moment. And this is where I need your help in the polls. So I'm actually gonna call on Bruce or someone to give me some advice here and tell me what you guys are telling me in the polls. But my option one is to close it right now, bank these profits. Option two, we can double up the position here, raise the stop. Maybe I'll bring a stop under to just about 0.071, maybe that region. Or the other option, guys, is to just let this thing ride. So Bruce, can you see that poll quickly? Can you let me know what everyone's saying there, Bruce?
Yep. Hold on. Hang on one sec. 1 second.
I see this thing's melting down as we go. The tension.
All right, there we go.
Guys, so while Bruce is looking there, what I am in at the moment, you can see on 𝗕𝗃𝗃 on these positions, I have taken a ETH long. It was still sitting on that break of trend and support. So I am interested in the ETH long here. My stop is 1849. And then Turbo, which was a random shitcoin that was sent to me a while back. And I took a tiny position on that thing, and it's moving along nicely. And if you adjust the leverage now, you can free up a lot of margin that you can take out and still leave your trade running. How are we looking?
You've got kind of an overwhelming opinion on this, by the way. 64% say close it. 23% no way, let that puppy run. And only 13% say, Brad, double up and raise your stop.
13% of your degens. I was saying before this, thanks Bruce, I was saying before the show, I actually secretly hope they tell me to double up and let this puppy run. I'm going to let this poll run a little bit longer, guys. Please fill in the poll for me. I want to close this or double this thing up or do whatever you want me to do. I'm in your hands here. What you can do with 𝗕𝗬𝗕𝗬𝗧, if you could run a cross account, you can see at the top right here, I've got a cross account. Cass is running on 20x margin at the moment. What I can do is raise that leverage to 75, for an example. If you see currently I have available 247 USD to use on a trade. If you look in the right corner here, if I raise this margin now that the trade is up to 75x, it's going to free up that capital for me. You can see now it says 500 available. So that is how I free up capital. I keep the trades in play. I can raise my stops and all that sort of thing, and I can free up capital that I can either then take out, buy other shit coins, trade with, or send it to whatever, or open new trades. So that's how I play around with leverage. And guys, don't be fooled. You know, when somebody raises their leverage to 75, it now says 1,600% up. So, you know, things often look quite fancy out there, but in reality, they're just playing with their leverage, trying to free things up. So, you know, at 75x, it looks a little bit exciting, 1,600%. At 20x, it's more like 400. So, guys, I'm going to keep running that poll. I need a decision here. Today, you know what I'm leaning towards. So let's see what that comes out with. Okay, let's take a look at some of the other charts that I wanted to show you here. Firstly, the 𝗕𝗬𝗕𝗬𝗕 is sitting on the daily time frame. We are still rejecting at this 50-day MA. This was still a hot zone for me, and we do really want to see this 𝗕𝗬𝗕𝗬𝗕 just fall over and give that S&P a little bit more momentum, because currently that S&P is sitting at resistance. We know there's a lot of people out there, they want to short the S&P at resistance, myself included. I am very interested in that, but I think I'm going to tie that into a potential 𝗕𝗬𝗕𝗬𝗕 push into that area rather than a 𝗕𝗬𝗕𝗬𝗕 rejection. So this is the current S&P situation. It is at this resistance area right now. We have filled this gap, or just filled this gap in that candle over there, and now we have trend resistance area here and horizontal. So this is a very key, interesting zone for the S&P. I know there's a lot of people shorting this down to this gap over here, 4320, and then lower down to the 200 MA, 4256. So those are the areas that I have my eyes on, and currently the RSI isn't as oversold as I'd like it. I mean, it's overbought as I'd like it to be. That's why I'm a little bit reluctant at the moment to look for any serious shorts on the S&P. So I'm just watching things carefully. Right, I see there's a lot of the good people here in the chats again. Guys, we're going to cover all of these coins, and then I wanted to show you Link and TRB. Are these potentially my next 400% trades that I can take on 𝗕𝗬𝗕𝗬𝗕? So let me talk about TRB. TRB and Link are both oracles. They're from the same family, and you know, it might explain why they've both been running so nicely. And it's TRB has been front running from a returns perspective, but we know that that Link has been doing really well and almost started leading the market a couple of months ago, started giving us signs that we were getting into more of a bull market. So TRB is very interesting for me at the moment. I've got a target for TRB as a potential move here at 160. So that's about a 25% upside for TRB if you can get an entry in and around this area, and obviously subject to things holding and BTC not sending us to zero before. I see there markets dumping with Powell's speech. So yeah, guys, this is something interesting. We're going to see how these markets react to what Powell has to say. Often it's just a bit of fluff up and down. So we'll keep us posted here in the chats. So what do I want from TRB? Well, it's interesting for me. It's broken through the 786. So this is normally a reaction or resistance area, the 786, and we are now breaking through. So if we do see TRB stabilizing and trying to get some support in this region, and things remain relatively bullish, I'm not seeing a reason why TRB won't push up to all-time highs. Maybe around this region is the area when we say the market is overcooked. So I'm watching TRB closely. I've zoomed in for you as well. This is the 4 hour on TRB, and this is how I am trying to play TRB currently. I've just broken it down into some very simple levels for you where you could try and look for entry. So if we do get pullbacks, the first thing you want to do is look at some horizontal supports that are showing decent signs of strength. So right now I'm watching TRB as support at 124.6. This is the Binance chart. So you will see on a lot of other exchanges, the TRB amounts actually differ slightly. This white line right here is that 786 that we're trying to crack through. So if we do get a situation like that, I would say that is probably the most bullish sign for us, if we can break that that major 786 off that weekly pull. So that's what I'm watching there. And then any pullbacks, we go for the classic 382 and horizontal at about 120, and then we've got the 618 at 110, and then this lower one, which is basically last chance saloon here at 97 for TRB. I would say TRB sub 97, the markets are falling over and things aren't looking that good. And then I've just shown the amounts that you could potentially make if you snag these entries down here. So if it does drop to 97 and the market does remain in a bullish state, we are looking at a 64% upside for TRB. If we're taking it off the 618, you're looking at a 43% move for TRB, and if we are off the 382, that is 30%. So that's how I think we could get another 400 or 500% trade there on a 20x. Then the next one is Link, and there's so much in the news about Link at the moment. They're obviously pumping the shit out of this one on Twitter and all over the place on news groups. It's trending at the moment. They're talking about BlackRock. Are they going to pump Chainlink? All these types of things happening. So again, Link is the flavor of the month, as you know, and it's just broken through the weekly 618 pull. So I quite like the support developing here for Link at 13 currently. So I'm watching this 618 closely, and Link is showing us a potential 35% move to this resistance zone here at 18. So if this market remains bullish, we could see that move for Link. And then I have zoomed in for you as well, and I want to show you something very interesting here. It has finally broken the 200-week moving average, and that 200-week moving average is tying in with that major 618 pull that you've just seen on the previous chart. So this is my main area of support that I'm watching right now for Link, 13.1. Then we do have secondary areas through this 382 here at 12.5, and then I've got the 618 lower down at 11.7. So these are possible entry areas. We might not get that 9.5 that I was talking about yesterday. I think if we were going to get it, we were going to get it on that mega dump that started yesterday, and then they just reversed the whole thing last minute. So we are watching these areas now, but I do fancy this 200-week MA and 618 currently. Charles says Storage J is ripping. Sushi, I can try and take a look at Sushi. Ocean's looking strong. Guys, these altcoins are looking pretty decent out there. Let's take a look at Total 3. That is something we were watching the other day as well, pushing into resistance. I still think we could get one more push into this resistance band. So it had that rejection of the 200-day MA, but it might still push into this resistance area. So I think there is potentially a few more percent on these altcoins, and that might be led by things like Link, things like TRB, even things like Injective, for example, could push to these levels before we get that proper rejection. I see Louis likes some 𝗬𝗏. Guys, Bruce, can you update me there on the poll? I need to make a decision on Cassia.
You got it. Yeah, it's 60%. Yes. No way. Oh, here we go. So right now the poll says, should I close my trade at 40%? 60% say close it. 25% say let it run, and only 15% say degen.
Okay, guys, I'm closing this for you. I'm closing this for you. What my mind's telling me no, but my body's telling me yes, or whatever. So I'm going to flash close this CAS trade right now, and I'm going to bank that money, and I'm going to go buy my wife a handbag or something along those lines. So he's going to thank 60% of you for that lovely gift. So well done. Thanks, Bruce. Okay, let's kick on with some of these other charts that I've got for you. Another big performer, Nakamoto gains, banging into a 618. Possible rejection here as well. This is a big zone, guys. So, I mean, this thing has pumped People have made ridiculous money on this Nakamoto games, and it makes sense to me that we do have the 618 rejection. So this is where you guys need to be careful at the moment. So watch the 618. I have zoomed in, and this is what we got. So if you are trying to snag an entry on Nakamoto games, you need to just play it safe. You need to look for trends, you need to look for horizontals and these type of things where you can maybe try and grab something. So if this is going to remain bullish, remember this rejection right now is around the 618 currently. So that is a hot zone that you need to watch. The bears have definitely started shorting the 618 region without question. There are shorts there. How many? We'll need to figure that one out. Okay, so where would I like to look? Horizontal. 1.175 is an area I really like for Nakamoto, and let's see what it's bouncing off right now from a fibs perspective. Let's take a look here. Okay, we got the 382 currently that it's trying to hold. So this is a first hot zone for Nakamoto right now. So this is the 1 hour, guys. So remember, these levels don't hold as well as weekly and daily and 12 hour and things like that. So this is what I'm looking at now. 382, there is some kind of reaction here, and then lower down you're looking at the 618, which is potentially going to come into play over there. So these are kind of areas I would look out for. Remember, we are at like a ridiculous high here for Nakamoto, rejecting on the 618. But the good news is if it reclaims that and creates some kind of support there, we're going to be cooking on Nakamoto games. And then then there's going to be some big targets up ahead. Nuno says, keep Kaspa. I only saw it now, Nuno. I'm starting to feel a little bit of regret about closing that Kaspa. But thanks, guys. You made a wise decision there. This is a trade that I have started building a position on here, guys. GRT. I'm quite liking the look of GRT at the moment. I explained it briefly on Sheldon's show earlier today. There has been a hell of a sell-off on GRT. They pumped beautifully, and it reached areas that I wasn't even expecting at the time. I think I closed my long at around 0.14, and it's still pushed up to this 0.16 region. So what am I finding interesting about GRT? Well, mostly that it's pulled back into a horizontal zone, and it's about to bang on the 618. And then if we tie that into what 𝗪𝗪𝗪 is telling us, we can see an order block down here at 0.126. There's an order block tied in with the 618, and then to add a little bit of extra spice to the party, 𝗪𝗪𝗪 printed a GRT short at that high, and they sent us down, and they've given us 2x's already. So it's telling us it is tiring a little bit, and we're potentially going to get a reversal on the 1 hour. So what we are looking at here is potentially another little dip lower, where we can really grab some entries there. But I've started laddering in here at this area, just in case it reverses without me. It's not the full size. The full size will be a dip into this region lower down at about 0.16. So if we do get that move, 𝗪𝗪𝗪 should hopefully be giving us the final signs that it's going to reverse. And if we look at the 𝗪𝗪𝗪 oscillator underneath here, you can see it is starting to reverse and starting to turn up. So yeah, things are starting to fall into shape for GRT potentially. Where would I put my stops? I would put my stops under these horizontal zones over here. So 0.145 and lower, I would probably look to start cutting. I don't always trim the entire position if it dips. Sometimes I just cut a little bit and I wait for those candles to decide what they want to do, because sometimes we just get a flush out and they wick up. But that is my plan for GRT. Then I'm also watching NEAR protocol, which has been an absolute letdown. We got stopped on our trades on NEAR. We had longs on NEAR for the conference. We bought that retest. I bought the second retest, and it sent us back down. We got stopped out on that one somewhere in that region over there at 1.52. And now NEAR has settled down into a 382 zone, and it's pushing this trend. 𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪 isn't talking nicely to me yet about NEAR, so I'm not overly excited, but it is on my watch list. So we did have that 382 bounce, and we are watching it at trend, so it is something to keep an eye on. The other one was Blur. Oh, this is a good one. Okay, so Blur had a little break of trend here. We were looking at this just now, and this is a retest currently for Blur. So NFTs, there's a little bit more action in the NFT market. People are making a little bit of money, and Blur is an NFT exchange token. And I would assume if they're making money, 𝗏𝗏 is going to do well. So people will buy 𝗏𝗏, for example. So this is something I'm watching now. It has broken. Let's see if this retest holds here at 0.368. This is the 1 hour. So, and then major support under that is 0.0349. And then lower down, we've got fibs and horizontals at 0.30. So right now, I'm interested in this area for 𝗏𝗏 as a potential retest. Let's see how it goes. Dan05 says, take your profits before someone else does. Wise words from OG Craig. He's told everyone that, and yeah, it makes a lot of sense. Guys, let's actually discuss something incredible that Sheldon and I have been working on for the last few months, and we have launched the Sniper Club. And basically what it is, it's a private paid for Discord for all our members that they're going to get all our trading signals. They're going to get all the charts that we always do in the regular Discord. We are now moving that over. We've also taken the entire Sniper team, Simon, Dave, and Bruce. They have joined us in the Sniper Club, and they are going to be part of that. We already have over 300 signups. We launched this thing last night, and there are 20 promos left. In the link in the description. So if you go into the link in the description, there's a 15% discount on the Sniper Club. Let me pull up the Discord and show you what's going on here. So there were questions about the setups and things like that in the Banter Discord. So we are trimming that slightly, and we are moving all the big alpha into the Sniper Club, and that's where you're going to find the normal crew that sit on the show with me. They are there. They are there for you. We are doing calls every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. We are doing closed room calls with members of the Sniper Club. We are looking at setups. We're doing those type of things. We are engaging with you in the chats as well. We are dropping our charts there, and everyone's there, and it's a great community so far, and we're having a lot of fun already. It's only been a few hours, but things are cooking in there. So there are 20 promo codes left for 15% off. So hope to see you in there, guys. Calls again are Monday, Wednesday, Friday, which you'll get to participate in, and you'll have our attention. We are there in the chats talking to you, and we're going to take care of you in the Sniper Club. So looking forward to seeing you there. And then, of course, Dave and Bruce, who are sitting here in the wings. Yeah, they are. Here's Dave. Here's Bruce.
I was so excited this morning.
Great.
We sat in there like a small group of people, even though it was more. And what did we do? We traded with Sheldon, right? We just not talking about setups and okay, doing this. It was amazing. I had the blast. I just had a blast. Yeah,
it's a nice closed group. We're doing it on Zoom. We can see your faces. You can jump in. Yeah, if you guys have questions, we're going to pull you in. We want it to be a team effort, teamwork, and we're here to serve you guys and turn you into better traders. And yeah, we're going to take the trades that we are giving signals on. We're taking those trades with you. We're going to help you on yours. And then Bruce and Dave are there, active, and Simon as well, obviously. And then you're going to see appearances from Mama Sniper. Obviously, Sheldon's in there. Mama Sniper is going to make a few guest appearances. And you might see OG Craig and Jay in there too. So it's all happening in there, guys. So looking forward to seeing you in there and getting to know some of you a little bit better.
Yep.
Guys, I want to just crack on with a couple more charts here. And then Bruce and Dave are going to update. They had some crackers. You had BLZ, and what did you have that ripped yesterday?
Option was the other one. Both doing well still from yesterday.
Killing it out there. And Dave's also got updates, I think, on LINA. I think we had a 618 bounce on LINA. So, guys, I'm going to bring you in now. I just want to finish some of these charts that I've got in front of me, and then let's crack on. Let me just get my screen back here. Okay, so this is render. Haven't given up on render yet, but it is looking a little bit tired. We said we were potentially looking at a render. Oh, is it still loading here on the screen? Yeah, we were potentially looking at a render downtrend after that initial dump that we had, and I think we got our little 618 rejection on render. Let's just make sure. Yes, there it is there. So we had our 618 rejection, and that's always a good sign that, well, it's a good sign for the bears, but that our downtrend is now started. So we had that 618 rejection, and then we can pull a trend, and then we have something to track. As bulls, we want to watch where our next potential entry is. So now we have a trend pushing down, and now we are looking at horizontals and we are watching trends for potential entries. So right now I'm just going to track render down. We do have this nice support region at 2.17. So if we do drift lower, I'm looking for entries down in this region, 2.15 to 2.17 for a potential aggressive entry there, and then maybe that trend break. If it does break before that, we're going to just catch the trend and the retest. So that is my plan there on render. And yes, the sniper links, the sniper club links are in the description, and I see someone's dropped them in the chat for us. Oh yes, guys, the promo code is sniper, SNIPER. The first 20 that use it are going to get the discount. Okay, there we go. It's put in the chats there. Nuno says, is render good to enter at 2.1? Pretty decent, yeah, Nuno. Not a bad zone. I like that area. So yeah, that's a good one to watch. Okay, and then I promised you GALA, which was pushing into the 200-day MA. Nice little rejection here. Big area this for all these altcoins, and we know what happens when we're rejecting at these huge areas. Once we eventually break through them, they become nice support zones for us that we can long from. So maybe a little bit more patience here on GALA. Resistance, resistance, resistance. 200-day MA 618. Big rejection so far. So let's see how GALA plays out. If it does drift lower, you want to look for your entries at 0.206, that sort of area. That's a potential long region for me for GALA. Otherwise, just be a little bit patient. Let's let this thing crack up now. And then we've got our target, 0.026 is a target of interest for me for GALA. So if these bullish moves continue, we're going to break this resistance. We're going to find a nice support base on GALA, and it's a lot to be said for a lot of these gaming tokens as well. They're going to break through these areas. We want to look for major support to hold. And then we're going to go. Oh, Michelle says the code is used up, guys. We only had 20 left. Unfortunately, they were snapped up so quickly. I'll chat to Sheldon and crew. Maybe we can get something going this week as well. I'll speak to them. I'll see what we can do. Okay, let's deal with some of these charts. Bruce, can you update us on where you are on BLZ?
Absolutely.
And Dave, thank you. I'm going to bring your chart up. Oh, Bruce,
hold
your
on.
chart
I got to bring it up for you. There we go. All right, I'm set.
Okay, there it is. Cool.
Yeah, the first one was auction that we did yesterday. Got us a great entrance on it. It was literally right at the tagging that uptrend line right over there. Came up, bounced, tested right there. It's in the process of testing again. On this one right now, if it rejects this trend line right here, I'm actually going to add on to the trade, like Dylan was talking about with his cash trade, because that's looking pretty good.
I can't do that anymore because they voted me out.
Yeah, well, if you're on auction, you could. Anyway, that's looking really good. On the Blue Zell trade, that one really good. It actually hit our TP1, which I marked in the charts, and actually left a notice in the club. Let me zoom in a little bit because this might be a little bit different. As long as it's breaking through this area right now, it's uncertain. It broke through the 382. I'm sorry. If it rejected there, I was going to add on to it again, but it seems to be a little weak right now. So I'm okay with it coming down as far as the 618 right over there. The reason being, basically, we've got a low, and we'll still have created a higher low. As long as we keep making higher lows and higher highs, then I'll consider this thing bullish. But we got TP1 on it. If you feel like it, when it rejects off whatever level it's going to reject, like adding on to it again, building a bigger position, that's cool too. But so far, they're both looking good.
Bruce, well done on that trade. Epic move. Yep. And I see there's comments about Matic moving. I see, guys, Matic has broken the 200-week MA, just like Link has done. So that could be a nice support for us to watch. Dave, will you show us your LINA update here?
Absolutely.
I'm going to pull up your chart.
Yes. So if you guys were following me on the Banter Discord, I literally told you guys where I'm adding and how this moving average is support. And right now we're up, like, from the move, nice 6%. So yeah, I would say at this area here or the next pop off, take some profits. I haven't taken any profits yet because I am looking for a little bit, a little bit higher to take profit 1, and then take profit 2 is ultimately going to be at this resistance area between 0.01182 and 0.01208. So that's looking good. Also on the Sniper Club, I made the post about the Solana setup yesterday. We were talking about how I would like to see the move up here. I said I wasn't sure if we're going to get it. We got it, and it aligned perfectly with the Solana short. I entered. I said whenever I said exactly when I entered, and you could see here that it's still looking like it's in play. If we were to invert this chart, which I learned from Dylan, looks like an amazing long.
And I learned that from someone else.
We're all learning from each other. It's amazing.
Exactly.
Like, you guys can't tell me that doesn't look like a double bottom, right? So
yeah.
This is nice. And if it continues to play out, that'll be nice. So if you guys caught that entry with me, congratulations.
I'm in it with you.
Yes. So
well done. So guys, there's more of this in the Sniper Club. Okay, this is Dave, Bruce, Simon. They're in there. Simon is spitting out Lux Algo setups all day long. He's bringing in all his other alpha as well. He's just not here at the moment, but he was on the Sniper Club call with us. There are questions about this channel. Well, this channel remains. We are cooking here. I'm bringing you setups and things every single day. You might see a little bit less of Bruce and Dave and Simon because they are active in the Sniper Club, looking after the members in there. But we will obviously be bringing a couple of spicy setups from them. So don't worry about that. We're not going anywhere. Looking forward to seeing you guys in there. And Fahad says we need music in the Sniper Club. I think it's obvious. Dave will be mixing something. He doesn't know yet, but he's going to be mixing.
I'll cook another one here soon.
You need to cook up something there for us. So Dave will sort us out in the Sniper Club. Tiger wants to know what chart is that. That is the Solana chart that David flipped over there for a second. Now he's flipped it back. Seth says he digs the music. Guys, get into the Sniper Club. We're not deserting you on the Banter Discord. We will be feeding some things in there. It's just going to look slightly different. But all the alpha, all the main action is going to be in the Sniper Club. So get in there and you can interact with us. We're going to turn you guys into better traders. Crypto says Sniper Club not working. Maybe there's an issue with a link, perhaps. A few people are saying there's a link issue there. Okay, so there should be a link in the description of the video. See what you can do there. Otherwise, we will get you another link tomorrow. Right, so let's go through a couple more charts for you guys. Guys, let me know in the chats what you want me to look at. I'm not seeing. I'm seeing music chats here. I'm not seeing too many questions on. Oh, here's Sol. So David's just done Sol. I'm not seeing many coins here, guys. What do you want us to look at? Ocean. Okay, let's look at Ocean. Here's Ocean. Let's see where we are with Ocean. Okay, so Ocean is an AI token. AI tokens that are fun. AGIX. Fetch, Ocean, a couple of other ones. Render, I think, falls into that category. This is the 1 hour. So right now we are just zooming in. We're just trying to see what's going on here. We're not getting much fib love here. Let's zoom out and see what Ocean is giving us. Oh, I remember we had that nice little double bottom from Ocean. Okay, 382. Don't have much tie-in on the 382, unfortunately. I don't want to send you guys to dark places like this, though. I don't want to send you to dark places today. 0.33 on Ocean. That is not where we want to be, but that is where it's going to bounce for sure if we get a pullback. But right now, how do we deal with Ocean? Let's take a look here. Let's try and see 8 hours. Let's see if they're giving us a flaggy situation. So we do have something here brewing perhaps that we can watch. You can look at that trend there. You can see we've got something going on here. So let's see if they give us a bit of up down in there. A best play, wait for that, I would say. Otherwise, you're looking at a 382 potential dip lower. Yeah, but look, it looks flaggy. If things fall over this 50-day MA and the 200-day, I think they got your back. I think you're going to be okay. They're going to bounce you there at 0.333 for sure. But right now, I would watch this flag forming. I would dial in a little bit more and see what you can do. Okay, let's look at PYR for CryptoCat. Remember, guys, we are dropping all of these charts in the Sniper Club. You will find them there, including our attention. So if you have questions on it, we will be there to help you answer them and take you through these charts. So this was PYR yesterday. Amazing recovery. Look at that. They sent us down below the weekly level. They sent us down and they immediately reversed and ripped it right back up. So you've got a nice support base that you can watch now on the 8 hour even. That's going to be the low from yesterday. So for all the spot traders and things out there, there is a low that you can watch. We had a nice recovery off that 4.95 region. So keep your eyes on that level. You can see it ties in nicely to that high over there at 4.9. So that is a nice region for you. And then this area over here, this is a thick weekly support region. So let's see if we get something along those lines on PYR. But if it starts dropping below this 4.9, I would be very careful. Let's update you on our phantom trade that we took earlier today. So again, yeah, funny enough, I mean, Sheldon and I both, we walked into the office this morning and we both almost simultaneously said, we've got a phantom long. It was beautiful. My chart said this, his chart said that, but they were basically the same thing. And we sent it off as a signal in the Sniper Club. Here we are. It's reclaimed the 200-day MA. It's reclaimed some horizontal on the daily. So this is where we are now. Stops for me under this 2.6 region, 0.26. That's under today's low of the daily candle. If we go lower than that, then you know the market's turning bad on us, and I don't want to stick around for too much blood. So I'm out at 0.26, and there is a deeper stop for spot traders on the below yesterday's low at 0.2543 and lower. So again, if we give you a stop region, doesn't mean you have to use that number on the button. You can also look at cutting your position as it dips lower, or if it does, or you can obviously you can cut it sooner. But we are trying to give you areas that we think would work well for these stops. And we're going to do one sushi update quickly. And I believe 𝗏 has broken out of her head and shoulders. So there's a lot going on out there, guys. Yeah, things are still nice and spicy. Let's see where we are with sushi. Let's get it at 15 minutes here. Okay, so sushi's lost an important level here. Look at that. Okay. So I think, yeah, the selling has started with sushi. I think this pump was a little bit much. And they have started the selling now. Let's see how we go. Right now, you can see it's retesting horizontal. So it was horizontal support. Okay, so it's lost that area, guys. This is a very important area to watch now. So we've got support, support, support. They tested it, support, tested as resistance, tested as resistance. So if sushi does squeeze higher, we're going to use that as our support base. But you want to look out for the first reaction if it does pop. Okay, so that is an area I would look for. So if it does pop higher, look for that rejection there, and then a nice support base on sushi. So look out for that if it does pop. Otherwise, this is still bear country at the moment until proven otherwise. And your target is going to be this little cluster down here, 0.9, and then lower down we have that 0.8. So again, yeah, I'd say a lot of it depends on what BTC looks like. Sushi did behave on its own. It did its own thing. It might have been manipulated, whatever they were doing there. And now they are getting rid of their tokens and possibly exiting. And you can see they've just stepped it down. So yeah, look, if you're bullish on sushi, wait for this break. Look for some support before you get too stuck in. Maybe dial in even on the 15 minutes, see if you can catch a trend break along those lines. But yeah, downside, if this downside continues, I'm looking at 0.9 and 0.8. Okay, guys, thank you. Sniper Club is in full swing. I'm looking forward to seeing you guys in there. Bruce, Dave, thanks for your help with everything.
Awesome.
And they're not disappearing. They're not going away. You're still going to see them. We're still here. They're still going to join me. We're going to listen to the beats. We're going to look at some trades. But the bulk of the action is going to be in the Sniper Club there. So we're going to see you guys there. Bruce and Dave, thank you. Guys, it was a pleasure. Once again, I need to find my exit screen. Looking for it. Okay, I've got it, guys. What a pleasure hanging with you, sharing these altcoins. I'll be back tomorrow again, same time, same place. See you then.